My parents didn't have a lot of money when I was growing up. My mom was a disabled pharmacist, and my evil stepfather was a psychiatric social worker, which actually enhanced his ability to be evil, but did nothing for his earning potential. But I was lucky as a kid because when it came to the managing of the meager sums in our house, my parents were exceptionally irresponsible. And this sounds like a recipe for disaster, and it was, and like in a lot of ways, like it destroyed our lives and destroyed our futures. But at the time, I was a boy, and boys are like goldfish, like we can only see 9 seconds ahead. And so all of my parents' irresponsible decisions totally made sense to me at all times. We were hungry growing up. There wasn't always a lot of food. I was a free lunch kid. I was surviving on government cheese. But while we're hungry, we have 5 dogs at all times, the town limit. And as a boy, this is great because the only thing better than a dog is like a lot of dogs. And I loved that we had Poco, and we had Rags, and we had Measelman, who was named after the doctor who did my father's vasectomy, and Holly, who was like getting knocked up by the Pomeranian across the street all the time, and Pac-Man, who was named after my mother's favorite video game, which she played on the Atari 5200, which at the time was the most advanced game system in the world. It cost like a lot of money, but it was attached to the only television in the house, which was a 13-inch black and white TV, which on good days got 3 channels. So like things just didn't make sense, but they seemed so right to me. And when I was 10, the furnace broke, and it like broke like it can't get fixed. And my parents' solution was, we will be cold. And that worked. Like, they were right. It worked, and we were cold. And then the pipes started to freeze. The kids were already freezing, but the pipes started to freeze, and they had to spring for a furnace. And for the next year, I just remember that like the birthdays were nothing, and there was less food, and the electricity was getting shut off. And so when I was 11, I decided I was going to take things into my own hands. Like I was going to change my destiny. I was going to earn money for myself. So I opened a lemonade stand. My goal was to earn $100 by the end of the summer, which at that time would have been like $1 million for me. And I charged 10 cents a cup, which if you do the math means I needed to sell 1,000 cups of lemonade over the course of 2 months. So things aren't going well. I live on a street that like cars go by at 50 miles an hour, so they're barely stopping. But there's a day when a father and a son stop, and as I'm pouring the lemonade, the kid sees my brother's X-Wing fighter at the top of the driveway. It's Star Wars, and it's early 80s, like Star Wars is everything. And the kid tells me that he is collecting action figures, and he's looking for Bosk. Now, Bosk is a bounty hunter in The Empire Strikes Back. He appears for like 1 second on screen. He has no lines, but he has an action figure. And my brother has it. My brother has every action figure. Like, I'm wearing my cousin Russell's hand-me-down underwear, and he's too big, so it's like a lifetime of chafing for me. But my brother has every fucking Star Wars figure in the world because priority is with my parents. But I get an idea. I go to my bedroom, and I get my brother's Bosk. And I bring it down, and I tell the kid, do you want to buy my Bosk? And I offer it for $2, which turns out to be a very low number. I don't know it at the time, but for me, it's 20 cups of lemonade that I now don't have to sell. And he buys it. And I suddenly realize I am not in the lemonade business. I am in the selling my brothers and sisters' toys out from under them business. And so I get my brother's action figures. I strip all the Barbie dolls from my sisters, and I get those clothes, and I start selling the toys to the people who are stopping for the lemonade. And now I'm really making some money. And when the inventory gets low, I go next door to my grandfather's house because he's got these great picnics on Saturdays. And I start clearing the good food off the tables and bringing them down to the lemonade stand. The fried chicken is unbelievable, and people are buying it. And by early August, I have $100, and I can't believe it. I put it in this little blue Cub Scout wallet, and I put it under my pillow for safekeeping. 2 days later, I go into my bedroom, and the pillow is pushed aside, and the wallet is gone. And I know what happened. Like, I know it. And I go outside, and an hour later, I find what remains of the wallet. It's in the back field, and the money is in shreds, and it's just spread out around the grass. And I find $6 of the 100. Pac-Man ate my wallet. He eats everything. And my wallet smelled like fried chicken. And if my nose could detect this fried chicken, I knew Pac-Man's could too. And the irony that it is Pac-Man that eats my wallet is not lost on me. And I cry. I cry like I have never cried before. And my mom comes to me and I'm weeping. And she is the requisite sympathy that she should express. And then she reminds me that I still have 6 of the dollars, so maybe this should be like a $94 cry and not a $100 cry. She thinks she's being funny, and I'm just crying. And then she gets mad at me and she says, "It's only money, Matt. You're being ridiculous." And she thinks I was saving the money for myself. She doesn't know that that was like insurance money, that I was going to use that money the next time the furnace broke, or the next time the electricity got shut off, or the next time there just wasn't like enough at dinner for all of us. And she's mad at me because I can't tell her that I am trying to save money because I'm living with people who can't always take care of me in the way that I think they should. Thank you.